Hello, welcome to my tutorial on tying the St Brigid's Cross. First thing we're going to need are some materials, so let's head outside and get some. Now this is what we're looking for. These are rushes. Rushes tend to grow wherever it's wet or a small bit boggy. In Ireland, that means they grow everywhere. You need a small handful of them. Right, we're back inside. Start off by taking two, crossing the rushes over, form a cross, taking a third rush, and roughly where you're going to fold it, flatten it between your two fingers and make the fold there. Keeping the cross, add the third one and turn it. Take another rush and again the same. Gently squeeze and bend it. And smooth it down into place like that. And again, turn it. Another rush, squash, bend, put into place, snug it down and turn. And keep doing that. And then after you've done a few, you can snug them in and lay them out. Straighten them out a small bit. You can see it's slowly starting to take shape now. So the rush you fold is always put over the new one that's come in. So the folded rush holds that one down. And then turn. Fold and turn, fold and turn. Try to get those folds flat. And don't pull it down too much. Try to keep the little arms horizontal. And that's looking quite presentable. What we do now is we'll insert the very last of the folded rushes. And to keep the whole thing together, here's a little trick. The next one is going to come over here. This filler, push him out a small bit and make a gap there. You see that? Take your last one, squash, fold, and this time Put it over the two, but slip both arms into that newly made gap. It's a bit tricky, but there it goes in. Straighten those ones out. And this fellow that you pulled out, put him back in. And that holds the whole assembly together. Go along afterwards and straighten out the various arms, the bits of rush. And that looks quite good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take one of these rushes and we're going to wrap it around the arms. If you like, you can tie it quite low, which gives you a long arm, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it quite close to the center boss, which will result in me having a shorter arm. So to start, take the rush and just insert it maybe a quarter of the way into the collection. And then just gently wrap it around. Try to make it nice and tight, very gently. You don't want to crack that rush just yet. As you're going around, slip it between a few of the rushes, bring it out the other end, and work it in so it's nice and flat, and keep tying it. Coming around again, slide it in between a few of the rushes. Again, every time you're sliding it between the rushes, it's just holding it in place. Tricky, but you'll get the hang of it. Smooth it down. And then finally take it and again feed it in between the rushes. Pull it out the other end and snug it down. And then again with your fingers, just tighten it up, neaten it all up. From there, go on to the next arm. Try to have the same number of turns as you would have on the other one. Now that's the St Brigid's Cross almost done. There's a few last things to do. Pair of scissors and trim off all the little excess pieces. Like that, like that, like that. That one, that one. And that's it. Your St Brigid's Cross. Clear up the mess. There's always a mess. So now, of course, there's just one thing left to do. Take off the old one. Put up the new one. Last year's one into the fire.